What up, everybody? It's George Langenbeer with Silverhammer Surveillance, part 2 from our experience at Shopko Store 56, the place where I made a detention at the old Chicago beer garden. Tackled somebody, got right back there. And there's a medical facility across the street. The store is right up there. And I tackled somebody through that medical center, or chased them through there. Everybody's looking at me like, what's going on? Trying to yell loss prevention. Nobody knew what the hell I was talking about. Everybody was just completely going crazy because these people were just running through the place. But yeah, the old Chicago beer garden one was fun. I think I had lunch right after. Just kind of hung out. And then even further behind the medical center is a movie theater. I remember busting this adorable little dude for stealing I believe it was a cross necklace. And nice little kid that just made a mistake. And then I remember every time the wife and I went to that movie theater, he was always trying to give me free snacks and drink. And I knew that it was going to be frowned upon. So I'm like, dude, you're the sweetest little dude, but you're going to get in trouble again by giving me this free stuff. You got in trouble for stealing. You're basically stealing from the company. You're trying to do it for the guy that busted you for stealing. It was just a weird thing. But he was so sweet trying to offer it to me. I didn't want him to get in trouble. So I ended up paying for the stuff always. So that's one of the things I remember. But yeah. All right, those are some of the sweeter memories. I don't know if tackling somebody is a sweet memory, but for a loss prevention person it is. Now let's talk about a memory that's a little more intense and left a little more bad taste in my mouth, or I should say maybe bad taste in other mouths. You'll find out what I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, so here we are for part 2 at Store 56 in Omaha, Nebraska. This story involves organized retail crime, which I made another video on, so you should check that one out. But organized retail crime is kind of like the retail mob. And that's what these people were doing. They were part of a group that would just go from store to store and steal. So I'm at this store, watching cameras, got another LP with me, and this woman just starts loading up a tote full of electronics. And we're like, crap, she's got a bunch of it. We know she's going to run. And what we start to realize is that she's got somebody waiting outside the doors behind me. Not only that, but she's got somebody outside the car. She's got a person in the car waiting to take off. She's got the trunk open of the car with the person standing there. She's got another person inside the foyer. And so what we knew that meant is that they were going to do like an assembly line. She was going to start to leave the store. She was going to hand it to the guy in the foyer. The guy in the foyer was going to hand it to the guy standing by the trunk. They were all going to either take off in that car, or the rest of them were going to run for it, and the car guy was going to take off. But we knew we were going to have to act quick. So we had a bunch of people in my office, and in that loss prevention office in there, it's 2 rooms. So there's a room with the camera system where you can kind of see the store, and then there's an office portion where I was kind of blind to what was going on, but it was closest to the door to get me out to stop these people. So I had everybody in the camera part of the room watching this woman, and I told them that as soon as they got to she got close to the doors, which is what we had to wait for. We couldn't stop her until she left. I was like, as soon as she gets to the carpet right outside the front doors, tell me and I'm going to bolt. So I'm in the office portion of the office and I'm blind to what she's doing, and I'm waiting for them to tell me to go. And there was a stupid Mother's Day table with merchandise on it right by the front doors. And so they tell me she's at the carpet, and I bolt out to go stop her because I'm worried about her getting to the next guy in the assembly line. And she stops and she starts shopping at this Mother's Day table. So like an idiot, I'm thinking in my head, she's going to say she was still shopping and she wasn't trying to leave. All that's flashing through my head in like the 2 seconds I'm running at her. And so what do? I chicken out and I just run right by her. So the problem is she's still got the merchandise. I'm convinced she's still going to steal. So I got to figure out how to get back in my office. But I look like an idiot because I just ran by her, and no matter how I get in the office, she's going to see me again. So I kind of put my tail between my legs, go down an aisle, and I'm just trying to walk back into my office. And she's looking at me like, what the hell? And sure enough, she puts the tote on the register like she's going to pay for it, but then she doesn't pay for it, and she just leaves it. And I'm like, crap, I just screwed us out of this huge bust. So I was really bummed until I called everybody else in town here and told them what they were doing because I knew they were going to go to another store. Sure enough, across town at Store 46, you know who you are. They were having inventory over there, and our regional loss prevention was there. He was all dressed in a suit because it was inventory. And so they were doing inventory, and guess who comes in? They came in. And so when we're doing inventory and stuff, we're usually busy with that, and we're not technically supposed to be looking for shoplifters. But in this case, of course, they wanted to bust her. And so they did the exact same thing there, loaded up a tote, had the assembly line, but they were ready for her because I had called. And when they went out to stop her, she pepper sprayed the crap out of them. And so our poor regional, who never made stops anymore, just got pepper sprayed in his suit. He was so pissed. So I was really bummed that I missed out on the bust, really bummed that I looked like a fool running by her, but not so bummed that I didn't get pepper sprayed like everybody else. So they ended up getting her. They had pepper spray, all over them, but we got them, and that's all that matters. So that's probably the most memorable story I have from this store. So even though I didn't get them, still very interesting story. And I apologize to you know who you are for getting pepper sprayed. Anyway, so that's part 2. That concludes our series here at Store 56. Again, cool to be here with my photographer wife. We were here on our wedding anniversary, and so that was cool. But hopefully you liked the video. If you do, smash the like button. Stay tuned for more tech talk, more security talk, more crazy shoplifter stories like this one. More videos coming your way. Until the next one, peace and love.